Hello, everyone, and welcome to Craft and Chat with Miss Craft Princess. I am your hostess, Miss Craft Princess. Thank you so much for joining me. So, what is Craft and Chat? Well, it's where I'm crafting and you're chatting with me in the comments, and we are resetting our minds for the week ahead. That's what this is all about. I own Miss Craft Princess Designs. I'm a handcrafted stationery and custom gift designer. I specialize in beautiful handcrafted greeting cards for all occasions, as well as other stationery items and laser engraved items. You can see all of my beautiful makes on my website at MsCraftPrincessDesigns.com. You can also scan the QR code that is on your screen. I am streaming live tonight on Facebook on both my um, personal and my business page, as well as on TikTok. You can follow me. I'm not on TikTok. I'm sorry. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Miss Craft Princess. I am not streaming live on TikTok. I am, though, on the Creative Spirit channel.lightcast.com, and you can find them on Roku and Apple and a lot of places. I'm also streaming live on their YouTube channel. So, hi to everybody, no matter where you're watching me from. Thank you so much for joining me. Hi, Karen. Thanks so much for joining. So, I'm going to look up periodically and I'm going to see your comments and then I'll say hi and shout you out. Hi, Jeanette. Thanks so much for watching. So this is called If You Like Books, Check This Out. And this is just cutest card. I was scrolling through YouTube. And so I have to give a shout out to Delight of My Art on YouTube. I watched her video and I went, I love this. I've got to make it. Never done it before. I have a sample card over here. And so I am so excited to get started. So I'm going to remove my face and I am going to show you what is in the goodie box. Okay, so I'm going to raise the camera just a little bit. So if you get motion sickness or dizzy or something, just kind of cover your eyes for a minute. Okay, so the goodie box is full. So we have a quarter rounder, and this is just an old Creative Memories quarter rounder. Of course, I'm going to always have a paper trimmer, and I'm going back to my Fiskars paper trimmer tonight. These are Spellbinder dies. My friend Karen, who's on, told me exactly what they were. And so that little die right there is what we're going to use tonight. Have some black cardstock, my scoring board. I'm using a very old Stampin' Up! Stamp set. So with sympathy lets you know it's going to be a sympathy card. Hi, Roz. Hi, Retta. Oh, Jeanette says she loves my shows. Thank you so much. I love yours too. Jeanette is on the Creative Spirit channel that you hear me talking about. She is our producer, and I hope that you will check that out. So I'm using my VersaFine Onyx Black ink. Y'all know I love that. I'm using wet glue tonight. I have a little pokey tool because I just need to have it. Pair of scissors, some markers, which means we're going to be coloring. I've already stamped this floral image, so we're going to be coloring it. I did that to save time. I have a scoring tool, 2 little pieces of white cardstock, and I have this pretty gold metallic paper. So and some white scrap paper. So that is what we have. I'm going to move the goodie box out of the way. And the bone folder. Bone folder was in there. We're going to put some stuff over to the side. So we're going to do all our cutting first. Ross says, I love that corner rounder and I have those Spellbinder die. Honey, I think we all of us who've been crafting for a while have some of the same stuff. They're oldies but goodies. And so I am still on my quest to use what I have and not shop. But I saw somebody, it may have been Karen, made some cards that were masculine theme, and they were shoes. And I told her, you're gonna make me buy that. You're gonna make me buy that die set. So I'm gonna make this card. The next, I said the name of this is If You Like Books, check this out. And I saw this video on YouTube, The Light of My Art. So I want to give her a shout out. I've never watched her before, but I just happened to be scrolling, and there she was, and I fell in love. So this first piece is 4 1/8 by 5 1/2. Okay. And then the second piece is going to be 6 1/2. I hope everybody's having a good day. By 4 1/2. Okay. And put that down here. I'm going to score this piece in half. So it is going to be at 3 1/4, because we're at 6 1/2. So 3 1/4. And I am going to just go ahead and fold that while it's in my scoreboard. I do that sometimes just to make sure that it's end to end over here. But sometimes when you're cutting and scoring, things get just a little wonky. I don't know how that happens, but it does. So now I have this piece. I'm going to do all of my cutting. I'm going to do all of my cutting and scoring. So while I have this little piece here, and this one is 7 7/8 by 4. So I am just, and y'all have seen me do this before. I like using my scoreboard and just making lines. You know, I do that. I did that last week in a card. Y'all seen me do it before. Sometimes just to give a piece of paper definition. And this one, for what I'm doing, definitely needs some definition. And then I'll go over to the other end and just kind of get a really thin score there. Okay. Now bring that up. And that's what it looks like on the metallic side. Hi, LaRonda. Thanks for joining. Okay. So we're going to put that over there. I need to cut this piece. So I am going to move my scoreboard. And tonight I am using, instead of Big Buddy, I'm using this little Anna Griffin. I have all of these little machines to die cut and emboss, and I need to use them. Okay. So we're going to cut that out. Oh, you're welcome, Roz. Roz says great tip. Thanks. You are welcome. I don't know it all. I don't profess to know it all, but what I do know, I will share. And if you can get a morsel out of this, then yay. It makes it all worthwhile. So I have the little pokey tool to get this out of there. And I am going to take this cute little piece here. Get that other little piece out. Okay, that's what it looks like cut. And I'm going to do a little surgery on it and cut it tip to tip. Okay. So that's what I got, 2 pieces. So that is over there. I'm just stacking everything up. Okay. So I can put these scissors. I think I'm done with my scissors right now. I'm not, but I'm going to put them over there. So now, and let me put this back on this magnetic card, because these little dies can get lost in a hurry. Okay. So I've already stamped this. I'm going to go ahead and color it right quick. I'm not really sure what type flowers these are. But anyway, they're obviously sympathy card appropriate. And is there a flower that isn't? But they were in the sympathy card stamp set, so that's what we're using. And I'm not even trying to do any shading or anything tonight. I'm just laying color down. I have used this stamp set before so many times. Um, it's just good for a sympathy card. So, and I mean, sympathy cards are hard, but I go out of my way to try to make them pretty, really, really pretty, because you're sending it to someone who is grieving a loss. They've lost a loved one. And so I just want those cards to be extra special. So I put a lot of love in everything I make, but it's something about sympathy cards. The calla lilies, yeah, I can always count on Karen. Thank you, Karen. They're calla lilies. I think I have some of these in my yard. I think, well, of course, nothing's blooming right now. We've got daylilies, the greenery of them popping up. But I think we have some purple ones in our yard. I knew they looked familiar. I just couldn't. When they do bloom, I'll have to take a picture. Okay, so that was easy peasy coloring there. And sometimes I use my sparkle marker. I'm not going to do that right now, but I could do that later. So we are going to go ahead and stamp some words. I've got with sympathy, and then I have this one that says, may the support of family and friends bring you comfort, and may loving memories heal your heart. So we are going to ink that up. I think that is inked up. And I'll just cut these. Oops, well, I got ink on my hands. Okay, that's why there are two sides to a piece of paper. Let me see. Somebody wipe my hand. That black ink pad got me. My mono sand eraser. Oh yeah, it does a great job. Okay. So let us stamp that. Old wood block stamps. Don't we just love them? Thanks, Retta. Karen and Retta let me know those are calla lilies. Thank you. And I don't know if you hear dog barking in the background, but we adopted two adorable puppies back in January. Stanley, who is a lab mix, and Isabella, who is a husky mix. And I hear Stanley barking. So I don't know if you do, but if you hear a dog in the background, that's what's going on. They are not house dogs. They are in really nice crates. We call them they're condos in our basement. So they don't come up here in the craft studio. So Bella's my destructive girl. And so she would eat everything in here that she could get her hands on. So I think those are all my parts and pieces except for these little strips. I have these little strips of gold and I can't cut them yet. So let's start putting this together. This is not going to be a long project, and then I will show you what I did, because I always do one before we get started. So let me take this portion And I will go ahead and glue that inside. I'll go ahead and glue that inside. And I just kind of crease it down again with my nail. Let's see. Bone folder. Just kind of make sure it's good and creased. So I'll put that there. And with sympathy here. So you still love your wood stamps? I do too, Roz. They stamp. They stamp, and so they work. So you know, I have them. So I have them and I look at them. Now, here by my desk are my clear stamps. But I look across the room there and I see my wood block stamps, and sometimes I hear them calling out to me, remember me. So okay, I got a little piece of paper towel here in case a little glue seeps out, and it dries clear if it does. But and then on this one, we'll put a little glue. I hope everybody had a good week. I did. It's been a good weekend. Spring-like weather. And so, but I know some places are still getting snow, which blows my mind. Now we're supposed to get colder though. We're getting rain tonight, and then temperatures are supposed to drop some. But that's all part of it. You always get that Easter snap, right? That's why they tell us don't plant anything. Okay, so we got that. And I can go ahead and put this one on. I'll go ahead and put this one on since I'm gluing. I will go ahead and do that. And I do need to score something I just remembered. But anyway, kind of get that in the center. Yep, that's pretty. And now these two little gold pieces that we cut are going to be in the corners like that. So let's go on and glue those down. Oh, Retta's supposed to get snow tonight. Oh, I'm sorry. I can't. It's just hard to wrap my brain around. And Karen says we're set to break heat records this week, 100 plus. Now Karen's in Arizona, and 100 in March is, I can't imagine that either. So you two are on total extremes there. We are in the 80s, and I'm good with that. I'm good with that. And we don't have the humidity yet. So, because it gets really, really, really warm. Let me bring that up. Let you see that so far. Isn't that cute? Let's keep going. We are not done. So on this piece, I need to score. And that's why I keep my scoreboard with me. And we're going to score this at 1. And then we'll go back. Okay. And this corner rounder, we're going to round that corner. And we're going to round that corner. Karen says it's ridiculous. 100 degrees? Yeah, it's a little. But you know, what can you do, right? Have air conditioning, stay inside. I don't know what has my Stanley so upset, but he is barking up a storm. Okay. I missed a spot there, so we are going to corner around this end. And we're going to corner around that end. And I think some of you all, when you see it, will recognize this. Okay. And so I have this white sheet of paper under here because I want to be able to see what I'm doing. Okay. Go up there. So let me put my finger right there. So we are going to put a little glue down here. Okay, and put it along there. And let me hold that up. And that's why I use wet glue, because it gives you some wiggle room, because I'm going to need it. Make sure it's flush with the top on that line. Okay. And then I take this piece and I butt it up to here. I think I got it just a little long. But that's okay. That's what scissors are for. Let's see. Yep. That is what scissors are for. And we will do that in just a minute. Okay. So we'll put some along here. Hi, Lillian. Thank you so much for joining. Lillian's from my hometown. Thank you. From Tuskegee, Alabama. Thank you for joining tonight. I'm going to slide that. Right under there. And I will cut off the excess. Again, that wiggle room. Lay that down there. Flip it over. And we'll cut that off. We will cut that off. Down just a hair. Okay. See how I can get in there. Turn it this way. Okay. There we go. Cut that extra piece off. And then we take these. And we'll put a dab of glue here. I kind of shake it tonight. Shake it, shake it. I want to thank y'all so much for taking time out of your Sunday evenings to just kind of hang out with me. I used to come in here and do this, just me, no camera, just me kind of resetting my mind for the week ahead. You know, you look at your calendar, you look at your to-do list, and you just need a reset, right? And I would come in here and just create. And then I got to thinking there are other people who need a reset. And at the time I was working, but I mean, like on my other job, not Miss Craft Princess. I've been doing this for years, but even as Miss Craft Princess, I need a reset. But you don't have to be getting up and going to a job every day. You might be retired. And I can tell you that in retirement, your list is your to-do list is longer with fewer hours in the day, it seems. And so um you just need a reset. And I thought, well, if I need it, other people need it too. So let me invite them to come on in and hang out with me. And that is how Craft and Chat with Miss Craft Princess was born. And I just started doing it here on Facebook and on my Miss Craft Princess page. And then when I joined in with the Creative Spirit channel, um, I was blessed to get time on their TV. So I'm actually live on TV, and you can always get it at the Creative Spirit channel.lightcast.com. And they're on Roku, they're on Apple TV, they're on a lot of places, but they also have a YouTube page, and so I'm streaming live on their YouTube page too. So I want to say hi to everybody there. Now, I can see my Facebook messages. The YouTube messages, I'll have to go back and read those after this live is done. So you just leave a comment for me like you would a comment on for any YouTube video, and I will see it and I will respond. But if you're watching me on TV and you want to send me messages, and so many of y'all do that, just go to my website at MsCraftPrincess Designs.com. I have a contact form, and when you complete that contact form, it sends me an email and I will respond. I always do. I love to hear from y'all. And you bless me. You just really do. I just appreciate it. I would be doing this if nobody was watching, but it's always just heartwarming that you do take time out to watch. So this, my friends, believe it or not, is our card. Look at that. Does that not look like a book? And it kind of puts me almost in the Bible mood but it's a sympathy card. So I thought, okay. First I was going to do white there, and then I decided to do the gold. So that is our card. And then it opens up, and it does fit in a standard A2 envelope. Let me show you. And this is going to be the card for my April box. So the monthly subscription box that goes out. This is going to be the card for the sympathy card. So just to let you know that you get some really pretty cards in that box. You can go to my website and learn all about it. Thank y'all so very much. Let me bring my face back. Bring my face back to the stage. Pull this down. Thank y'all so much for taking time to join me. I just love that card. And again, I have to give a shout out to Delight of My Art on YouTube because I saw her make it and I knew I had to. I will be here next Sunday at 7 p.m. Central Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Time for Craft and Chat with Miss Craft Princess. Y'all have a blessed week. And until then, remember, giving a handcrafted greeting card is like giving a hug. Bye.